I'm Nick Boyle, welcome to Pocket for Friday the 19th of August. Today on the show, Facebook games and pack dogs. Packing those dogs up for the weekend. Dogs for the weekend in a box. Box dogs. Alright, here's what's been making headlines, and first up, Facebook is doubling down on games. The social media site announced overnight that it's teamed up with Unity Technologies, the company behind the Unity game engine, to bring, quote, a dedicated, immersive experience to the Facebook community. It appears that it will be an expansion on the Facebook Games Arcade, which they released in beta this May. It's a standalone desktop app which gives you access to the full suite of games in Facebook's library, but by partnering up with Unity, they're looking to expand the scope of what's on offer. An alpha version of Unity's next update is allowing developers to build games and publish them directly to Facebook's website and desktop app. So basically, any Unity-built game could be published through Facebook's desktop app. Games as polished as Firewatch and Ori and the Blind Forest, which were both made with Unity, could find themselves being published on a Facebook platform. It's a big step forward for a site which already has a strong foothold in one part of the gaming sphere. According to their website, Facebook report they get 250 million unique users a month playing games like Candy Crush Saga on their services. It will be interesting to see how their partnership with Oculus comes into play with this new gaming ecosystem they seem to be building. Look out, Steam! Facebook smell your pie. They want to eat it. They want all of that steamy pie. Moving on now, and Capybara Games are behind on Below. The studio has had to postpone the release of their rogue-like-ish dungeon crawler indefinitely as they push hard towards the finish line. Earlier this year, the developers announced that they expected to launch this American summer, but with the season on its way out, it's apparent they're not going to hit that target. In a blog post, Capybara said, "Below has been our most ambitious undertaking, and we're just not quite done excavating its depths or polishing all of its facets. Instead of giving you a new, loose release window, we'll be going dark while we take the time we need to complete Below without compromise. The next time you see a major Below update, that means our game has a firm release date, which we will share." And from the depths to the highest peaks, because Steep has a release date. Ubisoft announced that their Extreme Snowbox game would be launching on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on the 2nd of December. Now, I was worried this game was going to take itself too seriously and be a bit too cool for school, but apparently, you could play as a snowboarding elk. Which is extreme! And Ubisoft might have something else on the way if the Korean ratings board is to be trusted. And they are. When was the last time Korea ever lied to you? Except for when the top half of it is always like, this missile is going to hit Washington. And then it hits a fish. A pair of listings on Korea's Game Rating and Administration Committee page may have spoiled the announcement of the Assassin's Creed Ezio Collection for Xbox One and PS4. The name suggests a compilation of all the major titles Ezio starred in, from Assassin's Creed 2 to Revelations, and perhaps even the DS and iOS title Discovery. But we hope not. Assassin's Creed 2 is still considered to be one of the strongest titles in the series, but I have gone back and played it, and the start of that game is awful. It's painfully slow at delivering mechanics and plot, and takes a couple of hours to really open up and give you the freedom you think you remember from the game. Also, Desmond was still alive. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited that people who have never played this before will get to play it on the new platforms, but I do hope they do some reworking to these titles and it's not just like a lazy upscale port. And by reworking, just chop off the first couple of hours. It's fine. Start late, finish early. So maybe chop off the end as well. Just give me a 2-hour game. If this collection does indeed exist, it's likely it will drop around the same time as the film, which will premiere this December. It looks like December's about to get extreme! All right, it's time for Thing of the Day. Thing of the Day. PacMan and PacWoman tried for years to have a child, but sadly decades of pill popping left PacMan shooting pack blanks. The couple decided to adopt a dog instead, and it's good to see the little pooch continuing the family business.
the day.
Alright, that's it for today's episode of Pocket News, my extreme Pocketeers. A quick reminder that we've got the 10th anniversary Good Game episode coming up that we will be shooting here live in Sydney with a studio audience. If you want to come to that, you can win a ticket by sending Good Game a happy 10th birthday card. There's information in the description below about how to do that. Here's some people who've already done it. Dan the Man. This one's from Julian. This one's from Murph. In my books, you're all winners because you featured me on the front of your cards. And don't forget to check out Ask Pocket this afternoon, where I answer the questions of J. Calder 10 and Steve Ironhide. And let me know in the comments what you'll be playing over the weekend. If you need people to play those games with, make sure you join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. There are links to everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic was made by James Butterworthy. If you have made a thing, or you too sound like a delicious chocolate bar, just like James, please send it and you in. Until we next assemble, my Pocketeers, Nick Boy out. Mwah.